I was sitting in the living room, sipping my coffee, thinking about the wedding countdown. I can't believe it's only 3 weeks away, I said, smiling at Lily. You look stressed, she teased, brushing her hair behind her ear. Relax. Everything will be perfect. I know, I want everything to be flawless, I replied. She laughed softly. You always worry too much. That's why I love you. I watched her, feeling a warmth I couldn't describe. Lily had a way of making me forget the world. I thought about Ethan too, my younger brother, who was always around, always laughing, always causing trouble. Hey, big brother, are you coming for the game tonight? Ethan asked from the doorway, tossing me a football. Yeah, I'll be there in a bit. Need to finish some work first, I said, catching the ball. He grinned. You always say that. Work first, fun later. Typical. I shook my head, smiling. Someone has to be responsible. Lily rolled her eyes playfully. Don't encourage him. He's lazy enough already. Ethan shrugged. I'm just conserving energy for the wedding dance, obviously. I laughed. You'll trip over your own feet if you try to dance with Lily. Maybe, but I'll still try, Ethan said, smirking at her. Something flickered in Lily's eyes. A little smile. A glance I didn't understand. I dismissed it. Probably nothing. Marcus walked in then, holding 2 mugs of coffee. Hey, man. You okay? You look off. I took a sip. Just wedding stress. Nothing serious. He studied me. If you say so. But you know you can tell me anything, right? I nodded. Yeah, I know. We sat together, talking about work, life, the wedding plans. Everything felt normal. Too normal, I think, in hindsight. Later, I went upstairs to check on some invitations. My door was slightly ajar, and I thought I heard whispers. I froze. Are you sure we can't wait until after the wedding? Lily's voice. What do you mean? Everything's fine. It won't be fine if we don't, deal with this now, she replied. I felt a chill. That tone. It wasn't for me. I peeked through the crack in the door. Ethan and Lily were close, too close. His hand brushed hers, and she leaned in. My stomach sank. Lily, we shouldn't, Ethan whispered. Just one more time, she said, her voice soft, almost tender. I stepped back, my heart hammering. I couldn't breathe. My mind screamed, but my body froze. I wanted to burst in, yell, demand, punish, but I couldn't move. Betrayal isn't something you see coming. You feel it, then it hits, then you collapse. I ran down the stairs, trying to act casual when Marcus caught my eye. You okay? I forced a laugh. Yeah, fine. He didn't believe me. Man, come on. Something's wrong. Nothing. Really. Just tired, I said, my voice shaking. He frowned but didn't push. Marcus always knew when to step back. All right, but I'm here if you need me. I nodded, trying to focus on normal things. My work, the invitations, anything to distract from the pain clawing inside me. But every corner of the house, every laugh, every glance from Lily reminded me of what I had just witnessed. That night, I stayed awake. I stared at the ceiling, listening to their soft whispers downstairs. Lily and Ethan, together. Everything I thought was safe, everything I thought was mine was gone. I felt a hollow ache, deeper than anything I had felt before. Betrayal wasn't just about broken trust. It was a betrayal of my life, my family, my heart. And I didn't know if I could ever feel safe again. By the time dawn came, I had a plan. Not yet revenge, not yet confrontation, but I would never be the same. And for the first time, I realized the life I thought I had was already lost. I couldn't wait another second. I stormed into the kitchen where Lily and Ethan were pretending to sip coffee casually. What the hell is going on? I shouted, my voice cracking. Ethan jumped, nearly spilling his cup. I don't know what you mean, he said, eyes darting around. I laughed bitterly, the sound sharp and empty. Don't lie to me. I saw you too. Don't you dare try to deny it. Lily's expression shifted quickly, from surprise to feigned innocence. I don't know what you're talking about, she said softly, stepping closer. Please, can we talk calmly? Calmly? My vision blurred with anger. Calmly? You've been betraying me while I planned our entire life together. How can I stay calm? Ethan ran a hand through his hair. Look, No, you look. I slammed my hand on the counter. Explain it. Why? Why Lily? Why my own brother? Lily's eyes welled up, but I knew it was for show. I didn't mean for this to happen. We couldn't help ourselves. Couldn't help yourselves? I echoed, voice shaking. You call destroying my life couldn't help yourselves? Ethan's face turned red. You never noticed. You were always working, always worrying about perfection. Maybe if you had. I don't know. I felt my hands clench. Don't you dare blame me. This is all on you too. Every single choice, every single lie, it's yours. Lily's voice softened, pleading. Please, I love you. I didn't want to hurt you. You have to believe me. I laughed, a hollow, bitter sound. Love? You call this love? Lying, sneaking, betraying? You don't love me. You love convenience. You love yourself. You love the thrill of getting what you can't have. Ethan's fists tightened. It wasn't like that. You're making it sound worse than it is. Oh, is it worse than it is? I stepped closer, eyes burning. Let me tell you something. Watching you together, seeing her hands in yours, your stupid smiles, your whispered secrets, I felt like my world ended. Do you even realize what you've done? Lily sniffled. I'm sorry. I didn't think. You didn't think? You didn't think. That's your excuse? That's all you have to offer for this. Marcus appeared at the doorway, calm but firm. Hey, let's breathe for a second. I know you're hurt. God, I get it. But yelling won't fix this. I turned to him, eyes blazing. You don't understand, Marcus. They destroyed everything. I trusted them. My life, my family, my heart. They ruined it. Marcus held up his hands. I know. I see it. But let me ask you, what do you want to do now? Stand here and rage, or figure out a way to take control? I swallowed hard, trembling. Control? How? They took everything from me. No, Marcus said, stepping closer. You still have yourself. You still have your mind. You're alive. You get a second chance every time you make a choice from here on. Don't let them win by breaking you. I looked back at Lily and Ethan. Their faces were a mix of guilt and fear now. You think guilt is enough? You think an apology can fix this? Ethan's voice cracked. I didn't mean for it to go this far. You didn't mean for it to go this far? I yelled. You cheated on me with my own brother. You didn't mean for it to go this far. That's supposed to make me feel better? Lily's eyes shone with tears, fake or real. I didn't know. I never wanted to hurt you. I love you, I swear. I shook my head, anger boiling into something else, something sharper, colder. Love? You can't love someone and destroy them. You can't. You can't even look at me without feeling shame. And yet you expect me to forgive you? Marcus's hand on my shoulder grounded me. Hey, look at me. You're not going to destroy yourself over this. Not now. Not ever. You decide what happens next. Revenge? Moving on? That's up to you, not them. I stepped back, chest heaving. I can't stay like this. I can't let this betrayal define me. They've taken everything they could, but I won't let them take my life too. Not anymore, Lily whispered, trembling. Please, just give me a chance to explain. I cut her off. No, I don't want to hear your lies. I saw everything. Every secret. Every betrayal. I know. And I'm done being blind. I'm done being the victim. This isn't over. Not for me, not for them. Ethan stared at me, horror in his eyes. You can't. I can, I said, voice low, firm, shaking with intensity. Because I'm the one who decides my life from now on. And if anyone's going to fall, it won't be me. Marcus nodded, quietly satisfied. Good. That's the first step. You own this. You control this. Everything else is just noise. I took a deep breath, my vision clearing. Rage and heartbreak were still there, but underneath it, a fire burned. A fire that wouldn't let me collapse. A fire that whispered, "This is not the end. This is just the beginning." I never expected the world to end like this. One second I was running toward the street to catch Ethan. The next, everything went black. "Wait, Ethan!" I shouted, but the screech of tires drowned me out. "Move!" I heard a voice scream, but it felt distant. I tried to step back, tried to push myself forward, but my legs refused. No. I gasped. Pain exploded across my chest. My vision fractured, like glass shattering from the inside. "Stay with me," someone yelled. The voice was frantic, desperate, but I couldn't see them. The sky, it was falling. I felt cold, and my heart slammed against my ribs, a rhythm that was both too fast and too slow. "I'm too young, too much left," I whispered, my voice shaking. Lily's face flashed in front of me. "I love you," I thought, but it was twisted now, a cruel lie echoing in the emptiness. Ethan's smirk, my family's laughter, Marcus's worried frown, all twisted into a montage of regret. Why didn't I notice sooner? Why didn't I see it? The world went black, then a strange warmth spread through me. I wasn't falling anymore. I was floating, suspended between everything I had lost and something else. "Where am I?" I whispered. There was no one, no sound, just a soft, almost electric hum. I'm dying. I thought, panic rising. No, this isn't how it ends. And then, like a memory snapping into place, I remembered everything. My mistakes, my trust, my blind love. And then, the flash. I felt my body, smaller, younger, but my mind intact. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every humiliation. It was all here with me, alive, burning. "No, it can't be, this isn't real," I murmured. I looked down at my hands, smaller, tighter, unscarred. I tried to move them, flex my fingers. They obeyed. I was alive. I stumbled to the mirror in the room and stared. My reflection was me, but younger. A version of myself I knew so well, yet with a lifetime of experience. A lifetime of pain. This is impossible," I whispered, pressing my palm against the glass. "I have a second chance." Voices came from outside the room. Soft, casual, unaware. I caught a glimpse of a girl passing by. Books in her hands, glasses perched on her nose, a faint smile playing on her lips. Something about her. I recognized her, vaguely, from somewhere I had ignored before. "She's important," I said under my breath, frowning. "I missed her before. I can't. I won't." My heart pounded, not with fear, but with determination. Every betrayal I had suffered, the lies, the heartbreak, the humiliation, could be undone. I could rewrite it all. "Marcus, if you were here, you'd tell me to calm down," I whispered, voice trembling with both excitement and grief. "I don't need to calm down. I need to act." I remembered Lily, Ethan, and that devastating night. "They won't get the chance to ruin me again," I said, clenching my fists. "I'll see everything before it happens. I'll make sure it never happens." The girl, Sophia, walked past again, and this time I could see the kindness in her eyes. Not flashy, not loud, just quiet strength. I remembered how I had overlooked her, dismissed her, in my past life. Not this time, I whispered. A laugh, faint and real, echoed from the hallway. I blinked. My chest swelled with both fear and hope. I can do this. I have to do this. I won't be weak. I won't be naive. I won't. A sudden memory hit me. The betrayal, the rage, the darkness I felt when I watched Lily and Ethan. I'll use it, I said. All of it. Every hurt. Every loss, it's mine now. I'll turn it into strength. I'll be better, smarter, faster. I'll protect what matters. And I won't repeat the same mistakes. I touched my face again, tracing the lines of youth that now held the wisdom of years. I have one chance, I said, voice low but fierce. One chance to take control, to choose differently, to fix everything. Sophia passed by one more time. Her eyes caught mine for just a moment. A small nod, almost imperceptible, but it was enough. I knew then that she was going to be important, more than I ever realized before. I took a deep breath, feeling the life and energy of my second chance fill me. This time, I said, voice firm, steady. I will not fail. I will not be the same. I will rewrite my life. And for the first time in what felt like forever, I smiled. Not weakly, not naively, but with purpose. A life lost once could be gained again. And I was ready. I stared at the calendar on my wall, tracing the dates with my finger. So many mistakes. I won't repeat them. I muttered to myself. Marcus appeared in the doorway. Talking to yourself again? He asked, smirking. I didn't look at him. Not talking. Planning. There's a pattern here, and I'm going to find it. He raised an eyebrow. Pattern? Yes. Lily, Ethan. How they always do it. How they always manipulate. How I never saw it coming. I need to figure it out this time. Marcus stepped closer, arms crossed. And Sophia? I turned. She's different. I ignored her before. Didn't see her strength, her loyalty. This time, I won't. He nodded. Good. She's smart. She notices things. You need allies. Later, I found Sophia in the library, buried in books. Hey, I said, trying to sound casual. She looked up, blinking. Oh hey, didn't expect anyone here. I smiled faintly. Yeah, I needed some quiet. Mind if I sit? Sure. She moved her bag, gesturing to the chair across from her. You always read the same stuff. I laughed lightly. I like patterns. Helps me think. She tilted her head. Thinking about something important? I hesitated, then decided to test her. Maybe. Ever notice how people repeat mistakes without realizing it? Sophia's eyes narrowed thoughtfully. Yeah, some people do it over and over. It's like they don't want to change, or they can't. I leaned forward. And if you could see it before it happened? Her brow furrowed. Then maybe you could stop it. But sometimes seeing isn't enough. People still choose what they want. I nodded, impressed. Exactly. And I intend to make sure the mistakes I made don't happen again. Sophia smiled faintly. Ambitious. I like that. Just don't let it consume you. I won't, I said, though I wasn't entirely sure. Later that day, I watched Lily and Ethan from across the hall. Lily laughed at one of Ethan's jokes, her hand brushing his arm. You two never change, I muttered. Still the same, even knowing everything I know now. Marcus appeared behind me. Patience, he said softly. You can't rush. Observe, wait, and use what you learn. I know, I whispered. I see the way she manipulates subtle gestures, little smiles, the way she frames everything to seem innocent. Exactly, Marcus said. And Ethan? He's predictable too. He craves approval, fears consequences. Use it. I nodded, my mind racing. I'll make sure they never underestimate me again. I'll control the board before they even realize the game started. That evening, I found Sophia again, this time helping her with some research for her project. Need a hand? I asked. She looked up, surprised. You? Really? Why not? 2 heads are better than 1. She laughed softly, a sound that was both soothing and grounding. I guess we can do this together. As we worked, she asked, why do you care so much about the details? Most people just guess. I smiled wryly. Because I've learned the hard way that details matter. The small things, the patterns, they tell you everything. Sophia looked at me, intrigued. You sound like someone who's been burned before. I froze slightly, but quickly covered it with a laugh. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. Doesn't matter. What matters is knowing enough not to repeat it. She nodded, impressed. I like your approach. Smart, careful, and not arrogant about it. Thanks, I said, feeling a spark of respect and admiration for her intelligence. You teach me more than you know. Meanwhile, Lily sent a message, innocuous on the surface, but I caught the subtle undertone. Her attempt to provoke me, to test boundaries. I didn't reply. Not yet. I see her game, I muttered. She doesn't know I already know. Marcus appeared then, leaning casually against the doorframe. Good. Let her underestimate you. That's when you have the advantage. I nodded, feeling a surge of determination. I'll watch, learn, and strike when the time is right. I'll protect what matters, and I won't let anyone manipulate me again. Later, Sophia looked up from her notes. You're different. More focused, sharper. I'm learning, I said. Second chance. I can't waste it. She smiled, not realizing how important she had become in my life. Just don't forget to live a little. Not everything is about strategy. I laughed softly. Maybe. But right now, I have to get it right. I can't make the same mistakes twice. Marcus caught my eye from across the hall. A nod. We were aligned. Observing, planning, waiting. The pieces were falling into place, and this time, I wouldn't be blind. And as I watched Sophia walk away, I realized she wasn't just an ally. She was the key to a life I had ignored before. A life I was determined to claim this time. Lily and Ethan would never see it coming. I watched from across the room as Lily smiled at Ethan, her hand brushing his arm. Still playing the perfect couple, huh? I muttered under my breath. Marcus leaned next to me. Let her play. Just wait. I nodded, a plan forming. She's going to slip, I said. She always does when she thinks no one's watching. Lily laughed at something Ethan said. I knew the exact moment to act. Hey, Lily, I called, stepping forward. She turned, surprise flashing in her eyes. Oh, hi, she said, too quickly smiling. I grinned faintly. I didn't realize you were so good at public charm. Her smile faltered, just slightly. What do you mean? I leaned in, casual but sharp. Just noticing how effortless it is for you to make everyone believe you're perfect. Marcus whispered. Watch her twitch. Lily adjusted her hair, but her eyes darted nervously to Ethan. I don't know what you mean. I smiled coldly. Oh, I think you do. You always do. Ethan stepped in, voice shaking slightly. Come on, don't start. Don't start? I laughed lightly. You two think you're untouchable. I've watched, I've learned, and I'm not blind anymore. Lily's lips pressed together. I didn't. Stop it? I interrupted, calm but firm. Your little games don't work on me now. And everyone else notices cracks too, even if they don't say it. Ethan swallowed hard. We're just what? I asked, eyes narrowing. Just stupid enough to think I wouldn't see? Just careless enough to believe you could lie and manipulate without consequences. Lily's voice dropped, pleading now. I didn't mean to hurt you. Really. I shook my head. It doesn't matter what you meant. It matters what you did. And the world sees it now. Even if you think it's hidden. Marcus leaned closer. Let it simmer. Don't hit too hard yet. I nodded, turning my attention to Sophia, who was quietly observing from the other side.
You walked over.
Hey, I said softly. She looked up, surprised. Thanks for being here, I said. It helps, having someone who sees things clearly. Sophia smiled faintly. Of course. I want to help however I can. I felt a warmth spread through me. She wasn't just an ally. She was someone I could trust, someone steady in a world full of chaos. I turned back to Lily and Ethan. Do you realize how weak you look when you try to manipulate others? Even your smiles are shaky. You think it's just me, but I see it all. Everyone does, even if they don't say it out loud. Lily's hand trembled slightly as she reached for her drink. I don't know what you want from me, she whispered. Truth, I said. Even if it's the truth you don't want to admit to yourself. And don't bother pretending anymore. Your charm only works on people who don't know you. Ethan's face turned pale. You're different. You know everything. I've learned, I said, my voice calm but sharp. And I'm not the same person I was. Every mistake you made thinking I wouldn't see. I see now, and I won't let it happen again. Sophia moved closer to me. You're handling this well, she said softly. I looked at her. I have to. I can't let the past define me. And I can't let them ruin me again. Marcus gave me a subtle nod from the side. Good. Keep her under pressure, but don't let anger blind you. I turned my gaze back to Lily. Watch closely. This is the last time you think you can intimidate me or manipulate anyone around me. I'm done being blind. And it's painful to see you squirm, yes? But it's also necessary. You need to understand that actions have consequences. Lily's eyes glistened with tears. Genuine or not, I didn't care. I didn't know, she whispered. I shook my head. You did. And now, everyone can see it too. Every tiny act, every slip, it all shows. Ethan's shoulders slumped. I never thought you'd. I've changed, I said simply. I've learned, and this time, I choose who I trust, who I allow near me. And neither of you are safe in your little bubble of lies. Sophia smiled softly, a hand brushing against mine. I believe you, she said. I felt a flicker of something I hadn't before. Trust, respect, maybe even the beginnings of love. A love that wasn't naive, that wasn't blind. Marcus whispered, keep your focus. Let the cracks grow. Let them unravel themselves. I nodded. I will. Every subtle move, every exposed weakness. I'll watch and learn, and when the time is right, I'll act. Lily stared at me, fear now clear in her eyes. Ethan's face mirrored hers. You've changed, Ethan muttered. I smiled faintly. Yes, and it's only the beginning. I won't make the same mistakes, and neither of you will ever forget it. As I turned back to Sophia, feeling her steady presence beside me, I realized that my past life had prepared me for this. I wouldn't be the same naive fool again. The game had changed, and now I held all the pieces. I walked into the office and felt the subtle shift immediately. Whispers followed me, glances exchanged, and I knew. Lily and Ethan's carefully constructed lies were cracking. Marcus appeared beside me. See? I told you. Patterns repeat, mistakes surface. I smiled faintly. It's satisfying, but I can't let it get to me too much. I have to stay careful. Careful is good, but don't hide your presence. Let the truth do the work, Marcus advised. I nodded, then spotted Lily at her desk, nervously typing, her face pale. Ethan hovered nearby, glancing around like a trapped animal. I approached them calmly. "Busy day?" I asked, voice soft but deliberate. Lily jumped slightly. Yeah, just, work." "Work," I repeated, tilting my head. Funny how some people are suddenly very busy when the truth comes out. Ethan's face twitched. I don't know what you mean." I smiled, letting my calm mask their panic. "Oh, I think everyone knows by now. The emails, the missed deadlines, the small manipulations, all adding up. Funny how karma works." Marcus leaned against a nearby cubicle. "Let them stew a little." I took a deep breath. I said, voice low, "I could ruin you completely if I wanted to. Expose everything publicly. But that's not who I am anymore." Lily's lips trembled. "I'm sorry. Really. I didn't mean for it." "You didn't mean?" I interrupted, shaking my head. "That excuse won't undo months of betrayal. But I'm not here to destroy you. I'm here to show you consequences happen naturally, without me having to push them." Ethan's voice cracked. "You're different. You're stronger." I leaned closer, eyes locking with his. "I've learned, Ethan. And now, I act with purpose. Not blindly, not with emotion. I've seen the results of selfish choices, and I won't repeat the same mistakes." Later, I found Sophia in the cafeteria, waiting with a coffee. "I saw them," she said quietly. I nodded. "It's unfolding just like I thought. But I don't want this to turn into revenge. I want them to see themselves clearly, not me hammering the point home." She studied me. "That's wise. But it's hard, isn't it? Watching them suffer while you're calm." I shrugged. "It is. A part of me wants to push harder, to make them pay more directly. But another part knows the satisfaction is in letting life do it naturally. And I can't lose myself to bitterness again." Sophia reached over, touching my hand. "I know you. You're not cruel. That's why you're stronger now. That's why they can't touch you." Her words grounded me. "You're right. I don't need to be cruel. Just aware. Just prepared." Back in the office, Lily was cornered by a manager. This doesn't make sense," she protested. The manager raised an eyebrow. "It's all documented. You overlooked deadlines, misrepresented reports, and tried to manipulate clients. I can't cover for this anymore." Ethan froze nearby, his face pale. I walked past, letting them see me calm, unshaken. Later, Lily whispered to me, desperate, "Please, can't you do something?" I shook my head softly. "I've done nothing. You've done this to yourself. Every lie, every misstep, it's your own doing." Her tears glistened, but I felt no gloating satisfaction, only the clarity of right and wrong. Ethan approached me then, voice trembling. "I thought I had control. I didn't think you'd." "You never had control," I said gently. "You had illusions, and illusions always break when reality catches up." Marcus appeared beside me. "See how far you've come? Calm, composed, in control. They panic, but you rise above." I nodded. "It's strange, isn't it? How betrayal can teach you both patience and strategy." Sophia's voice came softly from behind. "And humanity. You're human, but you're not lost in anger. You're aware. That's powerful." I looked at her, grateful. I never appreciated this before. I never saw how important allies, clarity, and moral boundaries were. She smiled. "And you won't make that mistake again. You've been given a second chance, not just to correct past errors, but to grow." I felt a quiet pride. I see that now, and I can't let this power turn into arrogance. I have to remain just fair aware. Later, I passed Lily and Ethan in the hallway. Their heads hung low. "I hope you understand," I said quietly. That the consequences are yours. Life unfolds naturally. You don't need me to intervene. It's happening on its own. Lily's voice was barely audible. I get it. Ethan's eyes met mine. Fear mixed with guilt. We never expected. You underestimated me, I said simply. That was your first mistake. I won't make any more. Sophia's hand brushed mine as we walked past them. You've changed the entire game, she said softly. I looked at her, feeling warmth that wasn't just satisfaction. Yes, and I've learned that power isn't in revenge. It's in awareness, in patience, in knowing your boundaries, and protecting the people who matter. Marcus gave me a small nod from behind. Well said. You've claimed control without losing yourself. I exhaled, calm and steady. And that's what matters. They face their own downfall. I protect myself. And I finally, truly move forward. Sophia smiled, and I knew that for the first time, life wasn't just about avoiding past mistakes. It was about building something stronger, better, and real. I found Sophia sitting on the bench in the quiet park, her notebook open, pen moving swiftly. The sunlight caught her hair, and I felt a warmth in my chest I hadn't recognized before. Hey, I said softly, approaching. She looked up, surprised, then smiled. Hey, didn't expect you here. I sat down beside her, careful to give space, but close enough to feel her presence. I wanted to see you. Talk, if that's okay. Of course, she said, closing her notebook. What's on your mind? I took a deep breath. Sophia, I've been thinking a lot about everything. About the past, about my mistakes, about trust and betrayal. She nodded, eyes attentive, and I realized something. I can't waste my second chance on fear or hesitation. I need to be honest with you, with myself. Sophia tilted her head. Honest? That sounds serious. I smiled faintly. It is. I like you, Sophia. More than I thought I could like anyone. Not just admiration or respect, real, genuine feelings. And I don't want to hold back anymore. Her eyes widened, and for a moment, I feared I'd overstepped. Then she laughed softly. You're finally admitting it? Yes, I said, voice firm but gentle. I don't want to hide it. I don't want to repeat old mistakes. I want to trust, and I want to love without fear. Sophia reached out, her fingers brushing mine lightly. I'm glad you're honest. I've felt the same way for a while, but I didn't want to complicate things. I held her hand, warmth spreading through me. Then let's not complicate it. I want to be with you, completely, if you'll have me. Her lips curved into a soft smile. Yes, I'll have you. Relief, joy, and something deeper flooded through me. I promise to be different, I said. Mature, attentive, and never blind to what matters. No manipulation, no games, just us. Sophia laughed softly. That sounds perfect. Finally. We sat in silence for a moment, hands intertwined, watching the leaves move with the wind. It felt natural, peaceful, like the world had slowed just for us. Someone's going to be mad about this, she said after a while, raising an eyebrow. I chuckled. You mean Lily? She tried her best to interfere, didn't she? Sophia smirked. Oh yes, she's been all over the place. Did you see the look on her face when she realized you weren't going to be manipulated? I laughed softly. I did. And it was satisfying. Not cruelly, just right. The balance has shifted. She always underestimated you, Sophia said. And Ethan too. They thought they had control. They did once, I admitted. But I've learned. I've changed. And now I choose carefully who I let in, who I let matter. That's you. Her smile softened. I'm glad. I've been waiting for this version of you. Strong, honest, and open to love. I've been waiting too. I said, squeezing her hand. I didn't realize how much I needed someone who could see me clearly, who could challenge me and still care. She leaned slightly closer. And I've been waiting for someone who respects me, listens, and values honesty. You've done that. I felt a surge of warmth. Then let's do this right. Together. No secrets. No games. Just trust. Sophia nodded. I'd like that. Very much. We spent the afternoon walking through the park, talking and laughing, sharing thoughts and dreams. It was different from the past, calm, balanced, real. At one point, I looked at her, teasing lightly. So, does this mean you'll finally stop giving me that knowing look when I say something obvious? She laughed, hitting my arm lightly. Maybe, but you might still deserve it sometimes. I grinned. Fair enough. I'll accept that as part of the package. As we sat by the fountain, I reflected quietly. Life has a way of teaching harsh lessons, I said softly. I lost trust once. I was betrayed. I suffered. And then I got another chance. And this time, I didn't waste it. Sophia leaned her head on my shoulder. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you chose love, honesty, and growth. I have to say, being reborn, getting a second chance, it changes everything, I admitted. It taught me patience, awareness, and courage. It taught me to value people who are genuine and to avoid those who are not. She smiled, looking up at me. And you did it. You found your path. And you found me along the way. I did, I said, feeling complete in a way I never had before. And I won't forget it. This us, it's precious. I'll protect it, nurture it, and never take it for granted. Sophia reached out, cupping my face gently. And I'll do the same. I trust you, and I love you. Hearing those words, I felt a weight lift from my chest. The past, the betrayal, the heartbreak. They were gone, leaving only clarity, trust, and love. I love you too, Sophia, I said firmly, pressing my forehead to hers. This time, I choose us. Every day. She laughed softly. Every day, then. And in that moment, as sunlight danced across the fountain and the leaves rustled in the breeze, I knew I had finally reclaimed love. Not just for the thrill of it, but for the wisdom, trust, and strength it now carried. I watched from the cafe window as Lily hurried past, her face pale, clutching her portfolio. She glanced around nervously, aware that whispers followed her everywhere now. Marcus leaned back in his chair across from me. It's done, he said quietly. I nodded, taking a sip of my coffee. Yes, karma didn't need my help. They've undone themselves. Sophia's hand found mine on the table. Feels satisfying, she said softly. It does, I admitted, squeezing her hand. Not in a cruel way, but in a righting the balance way. They made choices, and they faced the consequences. Fairly, finally. Sophia smiled faintly. And you? Do you feel free? I looked at her, letting the warmth of her presence sink in. I do. I've learned patience, clarity, and the value of genuine people. I've been given a second chance, and I'm using it to build something meaningful. Marcus watched us, a faint smile on his lips. You've come a long way, from betrayal to this calm, deliberate strength. I'm proud of you. I chuckled softly. I never imagined I'd feel this way. That after all the heartbreak, all the mistakes, I'd end up here, stronger, wiser, and happy. Sophia leaned closer, resting her head lightly against my shoulder. We've both learned, haven't we? About trust, patience, and choosing wisely. I nodded. We have. And I'm not taking this for granted. Every moment counts now. Across the street, I saw Ethan, his face drawn, speaking to someone in a low, urgent tone. He looked smaller, somehow less certain. I remembered the confidence he once carried and realized it was gone. They're unraveling, I murmured. And it's inevitable. They built their world on manipulation. It couldn't last. Sophia raised an eyebrow. Are you happy to see it? I paused, considering. Not exactly happy. I don't wish pain. But I feel closure. They faced the reality they ignored. That's justice, not revenge. Marcus nodded approvingly. That's the difference. You act from wisdom now, not anger. That's why you're whole, not bitter. I smiled, thinking of the letter I had written months ago to my past self. A reminder of the mistakes to avoid, the lessons to hold. It sat folded neatly in my desk, a symbol of rebirth and foresight. I keep this as a reminder, I said softly. That second chances are rare. That choices matter. That people matter. Sophia glanced at me, eyes bright. And it brought you to me. I laughed softly. Yes, it did. And I won't forget that. I won't take love for granted again. I won't let fear or pride dictate my life. The afternoon sun warmed our table. I looked around, taking in the normalcy, the calm. Life had gone on while I changed, and that realization, it was freeing. So what's next? Sophia asked, tilting her head playfully. I smiled. Next, we build our life. Careful, honest, grounded. We support each other, learn together, and maybe occasionally tease each other. She laughed, brushing her hair behind her ear. I like that plan. I reached into my pocket, pulling out a small charm I had kept since the day I was reborn. A tiny token symbolizing new beginnings. I placed it in her hand. A reminder that life is fragile, second chances are precious, and we choose wisely who we let in. Sophia held it tightly, looking up at me with a soft smile. I'll treasure it, just like I treasure you. I felt a weight lift completely off my shoulders. The betrayal, the pain, the manipulations, they were gone, replaced with clarity, trust, and the beginnings of something lasting. Do you remember the first time we really talked? I asked, smiling at her. How could I forget? She said, laughing. You were surprisingly thoughtful, and yet a little mysterious. Still thoughtful, still mysterious, I teased. But now, more present, more honest. She leaned closer, her warmth comforting and real. I like that version of you. And I like the version of you who saw me clearly from the start, I said, pressing a gentle kiss to her forehead. Marcus stood, ready to leave. I'll let you two enjoy the moment. Just remember what you've built. Strong, honest, unshakable. I nodded. We will. Thank you for guiding me when I needed it. As he walked away, Sophia looked at me. We're really free now, aren't we? Yes, I said, feeling peace settle over me. Free from the past, free to choose wisely, free to love without fear. And this time, we won't waste it. The city hummed around us, life continuing as it always did. But I knew something had changed inside me. I had reclaimed myself, and with Sophia beside me, I felt ready for anything. I squeezed her hand, heart full, and whispered, Here's to the future. Ours. She smiled, eyes shining. Ours. And for the first time in what felt like forever, I believed it.